Good morning and welcome to Crow Inclined, bringing you a daily dose of energetic check-in. Today I've got the Akashic Tarot, and we have the Queen of Forces as our card of focus. Okay, when the Queen of Forces shows up in reverse, it's really about reclaiming your power. All right, so you may be in a place in your life where you don't know what the next steps are. You're not sure which direction to go. You feel like you have no control over things and you're being kind of swept away by external forces. Okay. It can also talk about a feminine in your life. Now, a feminine, it can also be a man in the material world. It's just the feminine is the energy of this card. A feminine in your life who might be misusing their power a little bit, or sort of being abusive in, like, maybe being really critical of you or judgmental or something like that. Someone who is not being very kind to you. Okay. Now, the thing is, with that kind of energy coming at you, it can throw you off center and it can affect your relationships with other people. It can reflect, it can affect your relationship with yourself. And this person could actually be throwing you enough off center that you are feeling lost and you don't know which way to go. And so it's kind of all connected, really. So whether it's just you feeling like you sort of lost your way, or it's someone affecting you, that you need to set some boundaries with or let go of, it's about reclaiming your power. All right. You know how to step back into your power. You have all the tools that you need to do this. Okay. So it's time. Reclaim your power, set some boundaries so that you can see the path unfold before you. Okay? That is our card of awareness today. I love it. I love it. I'm kind of in this energy myself today a little bit. So I have pulled the golden wheel to go with this. With this energy today. It just feels right. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and, I did pre-shuffle, but I want to shuffle just a little bit more now that we have sort of the full context of what the energy of the card is. I want that. I want that in this deck right now. Okay, and thank everyone so much for your support for this channel. I'm very new. Thank you for all the ways that you've supported, liking, subscribing, viewing, sharing, all those things. All my information is in the drop down if you're interested in exploring further. Yeah, and thank you. I feel very honored to be able to bring you these messages every day. Okay. And I just want to thank you. I so appreciate you. All right, let's get into this, how we're going to reclaim our power and reset the balance in our life, right? All right, so we have the Knight of Swords. This is sort of the nature of this energy. So it kind of feels like there might be a little bit of urgency to this, okay? The Knight of Swords is very brave and very fast, but can also be kind of a risk taker. So we want to be careful how we handle this energy. But I guess I kind of feel like there is some urgency to this. I'm just going to go with how it feels, okay? So there's either someone that you need to just cut off or set some boundaries with very, very quickly, or there's some sort of action that you need to take to reclaim your power right now. All right? Ooh. All right. Yeah, this is your energy. So judgment. Yeah. It's kind of an assessment and an awakening. So reevaluating a situation, perhaps. Maybe you're being too judgmental of yourself in this situation. Maybe you have been too judgmental about yourself. Okay. but I really get it's time to reassess, and that is where you are. That is where you are. All right. Keep in mind, Page of Wheels. So there is something that you're working towards. I love the Page of Wheels. The Page of Wheels is planning all of the very small and intricate steps and different ways to get to a legacy, right? To get to financial and material stability. This is the planning stages. The page brings in the plan, okay, and observes it. And then, of course, when the night comes along, the night takes it into action. So there's something that you're planning here. Yeah, there's something you're planning here. And whatever this energy is, where you're feeling out of balance or off center, or you're being affected by someone in your kind of bubble, whether it's family, work, friends, whatever, it's affecting this somehow. Okay. Let's see what else comes out. All right, let's get something for this Knight of Swords. Let me pull this back just a little bit so I got a little more room here. All right, Knight of Swords. What's happening here? Yeah, you're out of balance. There's some interesting energy happening here as well. Yeah. Okay, so, this is two swords coming out already in the nature of the situation. Now, we have the Knight. The Knight came out first, right? And the Knight this is like serious, fast action towards something. The Page will actually find higher ground and detach from a situation to have a better vantage point of what's going on, right? Of what's coming. All right. Yeah, you are definitely in your head about this, which is not a bad thing, okay? That is not a bad thing. You're really trying to figure it out. And, if it is someone, if we're off balance or someone is kind of coming at us or affecting our energy, it can be really emotional. And so I like the fact that these swords are showing up under the nature of this energy and this being off center, because you're understanding that you might need to step away from the emotional aspect of it in order to figure it out. Okay. Yep. Okay. So this is in your energy today. Like this is your energy today. You're reassessing, and it looks like you're going back and taking a look at the sorrows and the heartbreaks around whatever this situation is that has thrown you off center. Okay. Swords again of the mind. Interesting. Okay. How about this Page of Wheels? Keeping in mind you are moving forward with whatever this is that's going to bring you some stability. Maybe really needing some stability. Yeah, we went from the Page to the 2. It's going to be a fine balance for you, right? Sometimes I feel like the 2 of Wheels is a fake it till you make it kind of card, right? Because this is a very showy energy, balancing, juggling, doing all while the birds are flying around and the water's coming in, and we're hoping the water's not going to knock you over, right? So it could be that you're presenting, confidently about something, but maybe not feeling the stability of the actual situation, right? So while you're moving forward with confidence here, you might be feeling a little out of balance with it, okay? And we have our overall energy is feeling off center or not balanced in some kind of energy, whether it is within ourselves or someone in our sphere, right? So reclaiming your power. You've got to reclaim your power, and you're working on it. You're thinking, you're strategizing about how to do that. Okay. Boundaries. I often think that the Page of Swords, because there is some clarity that comes in with the page as well, right? There's a bit of an epiphany. But I also sort of feel like the Page of Swords is drawing a line in the sand kind of energy, right? So he goes to the top of a hill to have a better vantage point of what's going on around. It's almost like putting a boundary around him, okay? That's just what it feels like. So maybe you have kind of taken a step back from this person, or you're looking at this person in a different point of view. You're looking at your situation from a different vantage point. And this is smart. We've got to step away from the emotion, as I said before. Yeah. Okie dokie. Yeah. You're making this happen, okay? You're transmuting the energy, you're transmuting whatever is coming at you, and you are strategizing this manifestation, okay? Because regardless of this out of balance energy, you are still doing the work, and you are going to bring in this no matter what. This is happening, okay? You're just strategizing right now about how to make it happen. So it's possible that you've already stepped away from this energy, or this is how you're trying to figure out how to get centered again. Okay, you are doing it. You do have all the tools. And remember, with our Queen of Forces earlier, we said that you have all the tools that you need to be successful in whatever this is, right? Okay. Yeah. So this is also in your energy. So yes, you are reassessing. Yes, you are looking at old hurts and old mindsets in figuring out how to move forward and get out and reclaim your power. And you are moving forward with it regardless. It's a very slow moving energy, but I feel like when we're strategizing so much to get ourselves out of a situation, or set boundaries, or figure out how to deal with a situation, I really feel like it's necessary to go a little slower, right? Because you want to pay attention to the finer details. You don't want to be misunderstood, okay? We want to be very, very, very clear when we are recentering ourselves, especially if there are other people around us who might be kind of stymieing that a little bit. We want to be very, very, very clear in our intentions, and we want to be very, very clear in our boundaries with that kind of external energy coming at us, okay? Yeah. Okay. Page of Cups, bringing in good news, an offer. This is just good, loving energy, okay? And it is an energy of fun, and it can be playfulness at times. So you are moving through this energy. You will find your balance again, okay? With our 2 over there, you will find your balance again, and it is going to bring you joy, okay? So you are already in this, you are strategizing, you are using all the tools at your disposal, you're reassessing, the situation, you're looking at it from a different point of view, and you are still, even with all of that on your plate, moving forward with this plan of foundation and stability for yourself, okay? That is your message today. Thank you so much for being here. Like and subscribe, share with your besties, and I will see you soon. Bye.